Golden Boot, like throw two or three names, like contenders for Golden Boot initially. No, no context. You have no insight beyond what we know right now in this moment. Names that you expect to see compete. Doesn't have to be win, but you think they're going to be on that list of like in the top five, like goal leaders on the MLS stats website towards the end of the season.
Okay, Messi. Sorry. Um, hate to do it.
My cat hates it too. He
Yeah.
shouted the second you said Messi's name.
Hugo Kuipers.
Tim, is that you?
uh, I think I rate Berhalter as a coach more than other people do, and I'm not saying he's amazing, but like he's a competent coach, and I think he'll probably turn out to be one of the above average coaches in the league. Take it this way: I think he's better than Fanny Sartini.
Also,
Yeah,
very dare you.
the Vanni Sartini index.
I know that. How dare you insult our king on this show, Vanni Sartini?
Sorry. And he's getting some talent. Chicago's getting some talent on their books. You know, we just talked about Bamba coming from Celta Vigo. Kuipers is going into his second season. We know how the first season usually goes with these big DPs, strikers especially. So second season, they did get Elliott in, so they have a solid defender there. And just overall, I think there's some good momentum for the club. It feels like there's some good vibes heading into the new season. They seem to be getting some things on track. And I'm not saying they're going to be amazing. I'm not saying they're going to win the league or anything. Shoot, Benteke won Golden Boot, and they didn't even DC what they didn't even make the playoffs, right? So like, I think Kuipers is going to get a lot of goals this season, so I think he'll be in that top five. That's a name I want to throw out there. Uh, who else? If they get it across the line, I could see Latte Loth for Atlanta.
That would be an interesting one for sure.
He's got quite a bit of goals in his career, so I know it'll be his first season, but they'll be relying on him to get a lot of goals. Um,
What about Kevin Kelsey, Portland?
no,
Now, listen, hear me out. Kelsey was exceedingly hot in his
yeah,
start with Cincinnati,
yep, I remember
and
that.
then Cincinnati kind of fell off, and it wasn't just Kevin Kelsey. Like all of Cincinnati kind of fell off. I'm
Hmm.
wondering because Portland showed quite the proclivity for scoring last year. We know that Kelsey can do it when he gets service. Now, obviously, Evander's going to be gone,
Yep, that's my concern.
but if they replace Evander with anyone even 80% of Evander, I think their scoring issues are not going like they're not getting back to a spot where it's like they're never scoring.
Hmm.
I think Kelsey will be completely fine leading the line for them.
Okay, my concern is the creativity.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that is a very fair concern.
Last name I'll throw out on my end, and then you can throw some more in here. Chicho, San Jose. Him and Espinoza, I think, could form a pretty good partnership. And Espinoza's pretty creative. Chicho's pretty goal scory. So I think that could lead to lots of goals for him.
Did a Bruce Arena team ever have a Golden Boot winner?
I mean, I'm sure a long time ago, yeah. With the Galaxy teams, right?
Mm,
I'd have to look it up, but because they didn't have
maybe.
one when when they set the record in 2021, right?
I don't think so. No. I'm just wondering if San Jose will be a lot of team effort type setup. Which I mean, if you have a lethal goal scorer in Chicho, maybe it doesn't matter how much team effort you have. But if it's expected that they play team effort and be selfless, I mean, Chicho could be in running to be MVP. I don't know if he'll win good Golden Boot though. You know, he might get
Hmm.
like a Carlos Gil type thing where he ends up getting, like maybe 20 goals scored and 15 assists, and that should probably get you in the conversation for MVP.
Right. Yeah. Could be. Could be. So those are my options. You have any others you want to throw out there?
Uh I'll say Kevin Denke for FCC, but I think it requires the exact same caveat that Kevin Kelsey has for
Hmm.
Portland, where it is heavily reliant on the creator position getting figured out. Whether it means that Acosta is fully bought in for Cincinnati, which I'm not sure if that happens at this point, or if they move him and get someone who is equally good, I don't know. But if they don't figure that situation out, Denke, I don't think will get even close. And if they do get it figured out, then I think that he'll be somewhere near that list. I don't know if he'll win it because, again, first season in MLS, we know the struggle of strikers season
Yep.
one.
Yep. So
And then I think Benteke, you gotta
yeah, see if he keeps up that form,
right,
which will be difficult.
and I guess what Suarez is back for another season as well. So
Yeah,
and he wasn't far off of it either.
there was no. Yeah, there were some people
I mean, I thought he was
saying
gonna
he
miss
should
half the
be
season.
MVP.
Well, I said he should have been MVP.
Yeah.
He contributed more than Messi did, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But it's Messi, so
Yep. I waffled in my head on Peck. Like, could Peck go absolutely nuclear this year? But I don't know because
yeah.
they're a
Isn't
team that shares the goals around.
they do, and isn't Ricky Pooge out for like a
Yeah, he's
fairly
out till
long
like
time?
July, something like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm sure Galaxy are going to be completely fine. I just don't know if what their scoring situation is going to look like sans Pooge for that long.
I think it just puts the creative onus on Peck, Paintsil, Joveljic. Um, well, not so much Joveljic, but Peck and Paintsil. So they're gonna rely heavily on them. So yeah, maybe it won't work there. But yeah.
We'll see. Certainly.
And the last one I thought of, but I was waffling on as well, but I went against it. I would love your thoughts on this. Is Jesus Ferreira? I think he could come in and be um like have a lot of momentum, but Seattle just have so many games this season, and this caveat also goes for Miami. But there's just so many games this season, and there's gonna be. I think legs are gonna get tired toward the end of the season. I don't know if he's gonna have the legs to be in a Golden Boot race. Just
No,
thinking of
I I
Club
think
World
you're right.
Cup and CONCACAF Champions League.
I think you're 100% right. I don't put him even in the top five.
Probably not. He'd have to really hit a lot heavy form.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Ferreira hasn't had that form.
In a
Certainly not
while.
last season. Yeah.
Last couple seasons, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I think he'll be fine for Seattle, but I think Seattle will be a similarly like share the goals around type team. And if you get Ferreira to 15 goals, then you say, hey, not bad, pretty good transfer him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also think there's every possibility he doesn't get 15 league goals. So,
It's a very realistic possibility, probably.
mm-hmm. Cool. Well, it was a fun little exercise, Gavin. Thank you
Yeah.
for humoring me in that.